It's time for us to talk social media on day 10 of getting you booked by Fashion Week. By the end of this chat, you're going to know exactly what's been holding you back on your social media and a couple of few things that you can actually switch over so that you can become more bookable and land that paid modeling job by Fashion Week. So if you're into that, let's talk about it. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Lola Chél. I'm an internationally working, multi-agency represented full-time model, and I coach biz women like you on how to get back into modeling and book paid modeling jobs. So if you're into that, follow for more. It's day 10, guys. We only have technically 2 and a bonus day left for this challenge. So if you haven't already, please go back and watch days 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Watch them, because if not, then the things that I'm talking about for social media will not make sense. And if you implement them, they really won't work to the best of their abilities for you. So can't say I didn't warn you. Now, if you want to guarantee that you actually get these outcomes, right? Because I'm a model coach, I'm not your modeling coach yet. So if you want to guarantee that you get that paid model booking by Fashion Week, by all means, drop the word Fashion Week or DM us the word Fashion Week. Let's hop on a one-on-one sales call and see where you are, where you're trying to go, and how I can get you that next paid booking. Now, day 10 is social media, okay? It's what you're literally probably watching this on. You're watching this replay, watching this live, you are consuming this, or you actually came to know the Model University through social media. So social media is a very powerful thing. Is it the end all be all? No. There are plenty of models who do not have booming social medias that are still getting paid. Some of them I'm actually coaching. Some models have 100 followers and have made thousands of dollars, right? Social media is not the end all be all. It is just another tool. The same way that your portfolio is a tool, the same way that agencies are a tool, social media is a tool. And if you craft it in a way where it is simple and executable for you to show up, put out work that shows people what you do well and why they should work with you, it can really give you a lot of opportunities you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Okay? Okay. Major thing with social media, you don't have to be on every platform. That's number one. You do not have to be on every platform. You don't need to be on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and Snapchat and Facebook and Twitter or X. You don't have to be on every single platform. You can pick one platform to start off with and really dedicate your time as a model and putting out your work to that one platform. Okay? You can literally dedicate your modeling journey and your social media to one platform. I personally, when I first started off, I did Instagram. Okay. Why? Because it was a very visual platform. People could DM you, people could reach out to you. You could put a link in the bio. Like, it was something that you could use to really like maximize what you put out there as a model. And a lot of people in the industry have Instagram. So even if you've, worked with somebody in person, you can always connect with them on Instagram and stay in touch and stay really top of mind. And that's what you always want as a model. You want that even after a job or even after a shoot or even after a show, you want people to remember what you do well and why they should work with you. Fun fact, my first paid modeling job came from a designer who I'd walked for in person for free before when I was in college. And because I constantly posted on my social media, and when I say constantly, I mean like, 3 to 5 times a week, right? Because I posted on social media, that designer realized I was still walking. That designer realized that I was still modeling. That designer realized that I was available to pay. And so when they reached out to me via social media, they were able to contact me, ask me if I was available, and let me know that the job was paid and if I was okay with the rate. Those 3 things would not be possible if I didn't do what I'm going to teach you guys more about inside of this chat that we're having, inside this call, this class, however you want to categorize it, right? So I need you guys to understand that there is money in social media. And the quicker that you understand that and create a social media presence that works for you, even with your busy schedule, the easier it'll be for you to constantly show up and cash in. Okay. So after the disclaimer of, guys, like, you don't have to be on every platform, the first thing you want to make sure is that you actually are findable, right? Now, this might go over your heads, right? Because you're like, oh, I am findable. Like, my social media is kittyx256. Like, you can find that if you search it. But if I was looking for a model in San Diego, I'm not going to type in kittyxx247. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not. I'm going to probably be searching San Francisco models. And if you don't pop up and you're a San Francisco model, that is your fault. Okay. That's something you can easily change for your social media, right? So the number one thing is you need to be findable. As much as we love a cute little name and a cute little, fun saying on social media, if somebody knows your name, that should also be on your social media. I don't care if it's like your model name, I don't care if it's your stage name, I don't care if it's your government name, it doesn't matter. If somebody knows your name, however you introduce yourself, that should be something that they can find if they search, and you should pop up. So what happens to a lot of models is they'll have these cute little names, cute little play on words, and that's fun, except for when you connected with somebody, worked with them, and they're trying to find you to recommend you to somebody else and they can't find you because your name is not searchable. Like what you do well and where you're located is not searchable. None of those things are searchable. So when I say you need to make sure you're findable, that's what I mean. We need to be able to find you by your name or by like where you're located and what type of modeling you're doing. Those three things should be evident on your social media, right? And again, remember, I'm a model coach. And so I'm walking you through exactly what I teach models when I work with them one-on-one to get them paid model jobs, even if they're busy, using less than 30 minutes a day, right? So this process that I'm telling you guys about is the what. If you want to get into the how, if you want to know what you should be putting in your social media, if you want to know how you're going to be findable, if you want to know how you can cash in from social media, by all means, drop the word Fashion Week or DM us the word Fashion Week. Let's hop on a sales call, see where you are, where you're trying to go, and how we can help you get your next paid model booking guaranteed by Fashion Week. Okay? Okay. Once you figure out how to make yourself findable, whether it be by your name, stage name, government name, whatever the case may be, the next thing is also where you're modeling and what type of modeling you're doing. Once those three things are up, right, that's going to make you findable. Once you are findable, you need to make sure that you are, how do I say this? You need to make sure you're showing people, not just saying what you do well and why people should work with you. You are showing people what you do well and why they should work with you. That's your post, right? I should be able to go to your social media and see what type of model you are, whether you put it in your bio and the searchable areas or whatever or not. I should be able to go to your social media and see exactly what type of modeling you do without you having to say a word. So going from being findable, because once people find you, right, whether by your name or what type of modeling you're doing or where you're doing it, they should be able to see what you do well. That's going to be your content. If you're telling me you're a swimwear model, but when I go on your page, all I see is like your dog, your last trip, you going out on Friday night, that doesn't show me that you're a swimwear model. And so even if I find you, if I cannot see what you do well and why I should work with you, it won't matter. I found another model that I'm not going to work with. Do you see what I'm saying? And if you're confused about, okay, well, what should I be posting? Again, you should have went back to days 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Because in those days, we talked about your modeling niches. In those days, we figured out where you were actually like located in your market, right? In those days, we covered, your digitals and your model bag and how to be prepared and how to present yourself. We covered all of that. We went over your portfolio. Like by this day, by day 10, it shouldn't be, oh my gosh, what should I be doing? What should I be posting? Literally the reason that I coach models and I'm able to teach them this in less than 2 weeks is because everything I'm telling you guys, I give them the blueprint to actually execute. They don't have to guess what their modeling niches are because we already went over it, we confirmed it, and they're able to move forward with confidence. We don't have to guess what works in their area because we actually established that. We have confirmed it and they can move forward. We don't have to guess what their rate should be because we set them. We don't have to figure out what they should have in their model bag because they have a cheat sheet. We don't have to figure out if their digitals are good or not or industry standard. Why? Because they know how to take them and retake them and retake them until they're perfect and fit their standards, right? We don't have to worry about what they're going to post because we already put together their portfolio, even if it was just with placeholders, because they have a cheat sheet about what photos they need for a classic portfolio. So if you're at this space and we're starting to talk about like, oh my gosh, I want to be more consistent on social media, but I don't know where to post. You should probably either go back and really dedicate the time to sitting down and learning from the last 9 days of content that I just gave you guys. Or if you don't want to do that amount of work and you just want to guarantee that the time that you're dedicating to this is actually going to fit you and give you the results of getting a paid booking, drop the word Fashion Week, DM us the word Fashion Week, let's hop on a sales call. Because other than that, there is no reason that you should be confused, right? If you've gotten up to day 10 where it's social media, you should know how to be findable with your name, what you do, where you're located. You should understand what you should be posting because you understand what's in your portfolio and you have your digitals. And last but not least, you should have something in your social media that allows you to get booked. So many models try to and it's so funny to me. I've literally had models tell me like, yeah, I just copy what your models do. Like I see all the people that you help and I just go to social media and I just copy their bios. And what always gets me, right, is you're copying the end result, but you don't know how to make that fit you because you didn't actually do all the work necessary to build that. You just want to copy and paste and change a couple of things that's going to work for you. And you're confused as to why you're still not booking. It's literally because you haven't actually put in those three elements of one, being findable and understanding what findable looks like for you. You don't know what you should be consistently posting because you actually didn't do the work to figure out what fits you as you are and where you are, what works in your market, have your digitals. You didn't do the work for that. And then when I say make sure you're bookable and have a way for people to actually book you, you don't know how to do that, right? Because you skipped over all of the other steps that make it possible. You understand what I'm saying? If this makes sense, tell me like with a yes in the comments below, or if it doesn't, tell me with a no, right? If you're copying, it's like trying to make a cake based off of a cake you saw somebody else make, but without knowing the recipe. You just see it looks like a vanilla cake, so you make a vanilla cake, not realizing it's not a vanilla cake, it's a peach pound cake. You don't know that. And so you're over here making a vanilla cake because you're seeing the end result, the cake that somebody else has made, and you're just guessing what that cake is instead of getting the recipe to make a real peach pound cake. Right. So when we start talking about your social media, when I talk about you need to make sure that you are findable, you need to make sure that you are showing people what you do well and why they should work with you through your content. And you should have a way to be bookable. If somebody finds you because they're looking for San Francisco models and they see your work and they're just like, oh, you do exactly what I do. I'm looking for some more model in San Francisco, right? For whatever reason, right? I found you on social media. I could see that you do swimwear. If you don't explain to people how to book you, they will not ask. Okay. 9 times out of 10, they're just going to go to a model who has already made it plain how to contact them and how to book them. I cannot tell you how many models I've coached and they will redo their whole social media profile. They'll make themselves findable. They'll make themselves searchable. They show people, of course, what they're in for. They explain to them like what's the benefit of following them. They got their content together. They got their post out. And I'll look and I'll say, hey, so if I was a client, how would I book you? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, there's no way for me to book you on your social media. Like, I'm looking at it. I see what type of model you are. I see where you model. It looks great. Your photos amazing. Content great. How do I book you? If I had a job right now, would I be able to book you? I don't see anything inside of your profile. I don't see anything, in your most recent post. I don't see, like, there's nothing that's explaining to me how I book you as a model. And that's the third element that you need when it comes to your social media if you want to actually make money, right? You need to be findable. So when somebody is looking for somebody who does what you do, they can find you. You need to show people what you do well and why they should work with you so that when they do find you, they understand what you do. They don't have to guess. They don't have to talk to you. They already get that you can do the job. And then you should be able to have the next step of how to book you, how to get in contact with you, how do I pay you? That should always be the next thing. If you do not have those three things, if you have two and not the other, so if you have a way for people to book you, but you're not findable, then the chances of them seeing the great work that you're doing and booking you is slim. If you have a way to book you and you're findable, but you don't show what you do well and why they should work with you, they're going to find you, they're going to see how to book you, but they won't actually want to book you. You know what I mean? And if you're findable and have great content that shows what you do well and why people should work with you, but there's no way to book you, the chances of them taking the extra step to ask you, how do I book you, is very slim. They're just going to move on to a model who's already made that evident, right? Those are the three things that every model should have for their social media. And this is going to be a bonus, right? It's a bonus just for you guys. Throwing this in for free. You should not have a private profile. If you want to make money as a model, people have to see that. There is no way that a paying client is going to request to see your account. No. Stop having a private account. Either you want to be a model and show people you're a model and make money as a model, or you don't. You cannot have a findable profile that shows people what you do well and why they should work with you, tells them how to book you, but they can't see a thing because it's private. Don't make me mad. If you're on private, you're not serious about making money. And if you are serious about making money and you just are struggling with, okay, how exactly do I make myself findable? How exactly do I make sure that my posts are showing what I do well and why they should work with me? How do I make sure that, of course, they know how to book me and they will book me? If you want to know the how of that, if you don't want to just do the guesswork, if you don't want to do this on your own, you can always drop the word Fashion Week, DM us the word Fashion Week, let's hop on a sales call, see where you're at, where you're trying to go, and how we can help. And that's day 10, y'all. That's another day. That's another day down, y'all. We've only got 2 more days. 2 more days. We're talking networking tomorrow. So make sure that you've gone over the last, well, now 10 days and really actually do your homework. The homework for day 10 is to update your social media, at least one social media platform, and make sure that you're findable. Make sure you're showing people through your content what you do well and why they should work with you, and make sure there's a way to book you. Okay? That's your homework. If you want to make sure you've done it right or you want a second opinion, you can always DM, your social media to us, like send us your handle or drop your handle, on this replay or whatever the case may be. But send it to us. I would love to look at it and let you know if you checked all the boxes, right, for your homework. And then the next day, which is day 11, we are going to start networking. Okay, we're going to talk about networking. We're going to tackle networking. And that's going to be fun because a lot of you guys think that people are just going to magically find you and beat down your door to work with you and, help you evolve as a model when I'm going to burst that bubble so quick. It's going to be crazy. Okay, guys, that is everything for day 10. Again, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, you know where to find me. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Cannot wait to see you on the next day.